Look at that sun. I am so excited to get out there on the trails. It's 0 degrees out and the sun is shining. Bonjour. Today is Saturday, January 15th. It's almost 11 a.m. So this morning I drove 85 kilometers west of Toronto to the waterfall capital of the world. So this city has the most number of waterfalls within its city limits out of any other city in the entire world, which is crazy. So that city is Hamilton. So I'm here today to do a bit like a waterfall walk, basically. I'm gonna walk along the Bruce Trail. I've already done this section. The Bruce Trail is split up into 42 maps, so I've done the first 20 something, I don't know. Morning. So I've walked this part of the Bruce Trail before, but we're gonna re-walk it. That was pre-YouTube channel, and just have a look at the waterfalls. We're starting at kilometer 16.9 of map 6, and we're gonna go all the way to kilometer 23.2, which is Felker's Falls. So Herb Felker, if you're watching, yes, there is a waterfall here with your name. Okay, I've got my crampons on because it is very mild, and the gentleman I asked where the side trail was let me know, and he also said it's very slippery, so that reminded me to put my crampons on because I had forgot. So without further ado, let's start hiking/walking. I just want to say how much I love the Bruce Trail. It's so awesome. It's 3 degrees out right now, which is supposed to be the high for today. Yeah, that's all. I love the Bruce Trail. All right, so I am the only one this close to the falls. Like, we are right there, because it is quite, like, I'm way off trail. And the path to get here is super muddy and slippery and steep. But yeah, I got front row all to myself. And I could just, honestly, just watch the falls all day long. But I won't. I'm going to carry on. 1 hour. And yes, I would say this is hiking. It's not, there's some challenge to it for sure. So I've hiked 4.31, I think, kilometers so far. There's a couple spots of like garbage, like clearly like people lived there. I remember when I hiked, I believe it was map 8 in Hamilton. Yeah, I saw a lot of, tents tucked into the woods, like people living there. And I mean, it's not the most lucrative place to panhandle, so clearly those people chose to be there rather than like setting up right downtown like they do in Toronto. So anyway, and speaking of that, I watched a movie last night called Leave No Trace, about exactly that, about a father and daughter who were like living in a like a national park or something. It was really good. I highly recommend it. So we've got just like maybe 2 more kilometers until we reach Felker's Falls, and then we'll have lunch and have coffee and then turn around. So I am again quite off trail, and it was again quite like treacherous to get this close to these falls. These falls are called Glover's Falls. Anyway, I came up here to get a better look. I'm going to go back down to the trail, and I think we still have just under, like around 1.5 kilometers to get to Felker's Falls. Very cool. Someone was out here having a fire. There's a beat up old chair. Well, it used to be a chair and a fire pit. Very cool. I'd like to do that. So I'm sure you can hear that slight trickling sound. So I looked it up, and sure enough, this is also considered this is a waterfall. I don't know if it's like, more abundant at different times. I'm sure it is more abundant, like more water flowing here at different times of the year. And I can only see, like it clearly goes around that way. Anyway, this is called Weaver's Falls. I'll focus on the little trickle that I can see. According to like the Smithsonian Institute, there are more than 100 waterfalls here in Hamilton. Another source on the internet, I can't remember what it was, said 156. But this is considered a waterfall. They're not all going to be Niagara Falls, and they're not all going to be like Devil's Punchbowl, and they're not all going to be like what's coming up next, which is Felker's Falls. Anywho, I'll show you this little trickle, and then we'll carry on. This is a cool little spot. It's like a plateau. There's this like rock wall here with all these trees. Like you could easily build an anchor, rappel down or self-belay down, and then climb up. You could set up a slack line down here. Like this would be and look, someone's built a sort of teepee in the middle. But this would be an awesome spot to hang out. So I'm somewhere between Bedrock Drive and, oh my God, my memory, and something. One sec. So I'm on the Bruce Trail between Bedrock Drive and Hildegard Drive. So I want to come hang out here one day. Very cool. Lots and lots of opportunity for rock climbing. All right, let's carry on. Ooh, look at that sun. This is just a view of the same area from the other side. But yeah, like even forget about building an anchor and rock climbing. Like you could just do like bouldering right in here for sure. Yeah. Anywho. Okay, so even though it's not really cool to like paint on, like this person certainly didn't leave no trace, but this symbol is pretty cool. That is like the Celtic symbol for like the circle of life or the spiral of life or whatever. When I finished the Camino de Santiago, finished the Camino de Santiago, and then the Camino de Santiago, you can do another 90-kilometer Camino called the Camino de Finisterre, which goes right to the ocean. And when I finished that one, I bought, this little stone with that symbol on it, because I really found that the Camino de Santiago, there's just so many things that were like parallel to life, you know, everyone going at their own pace and like the hardship and the good times and the, Anywho, so even though you shouldn't paint on trees, it's pretty cool to see this symbol. Can you hear that? We are very close to Felker's Falls. You can hear it. For exactly 2 hours, and this is the turnaround point. So this is the beginning of the end of map 6 and the beginning of map and the beginning of map 7 for the Bruce Trail. And this was where I first began weekend hiking map by map the Bruce Trail on September 21st 2019. Yes, I looked that up. This was where I began. So I guess it's like special for me. It's just a beautiful spot, period. I'm gonna just have a quick look. I'm gonna continue a bit. You know, there was that couple down at the base of the falls. I have a feeling I might leave it for another time, like maybe to do with someone. I think that would be way more fun, like climbing down and being down there with someone. But I'll have a quick look. If it's not too challenging, then I'll do it. And anyway, and then I'll have lunch and have coffee and then head back. By the way, on the way back, I'm going to pick up garbage. Oh, if I have a plastic bag to do that, we'll see. All right, I totally found 2 spots where, it's steep and you might slip and slide a bit and get dirty. That's totally fun and a-okay. But yeah, I did find like 2 spots that I'm like, yeah, you could totally get down there that way, but I'm not going to do it. If I was 2 hours out and I still have to get back, I mean, I could do it. I'm gonna save it for now. So now I just need to find a spot to, yeah, sit and eat my lunch and make coffee. Yeah. Punchbowl Falls, and I have found a little log that I can sit on facing the falls and eat my lunch. And then there's a rock here too that I can put my Coleman stove on to make coffee. That's the bag of garbage I've collected already. So that's just in 2 kilometers. Yeah. Okay, so I am starving, so I'm gonna eat my lunch. So one of the things I carry in my day hiking backpack is one of these airplane blankets. I don't know, either purchased or stolen. They're perfect for exactly this, just for like being out in nature, not worrying about if you get it dirty. There's lunch I've made myself. What did I make? A pastrami sandwich and a corned beef sandwich. I don't know the difference, and I don't know which is which, but this will be the 3rd time in 5 months that I've been having bread. So it's exciting. So it's dark rye bread with caraway seed, Dijon mustard, corned beef or pastrami, and red onion. I am so excited about this. Yay. You guys want some coffee?
Sorry?
You want some coffee?
Oh, I'm okay. Thank you so much, though.
All right, it is now almost 3 o'clock, so I was here for almost a full hour. So getting me to sit and relax for a whole hour isn't easy. So that's not true. But anyway, I'm just saying that passed quickly. And and yeah, it's funny, you know, you cool down quickly. I had to quickly do up my coat and put my scarf on. I had those stupid headphones around my neck all day. I've never listened to music once. not on any bike ride, and not on any hike. I don't know why. I thought maybe I'll listen to music today, but nope. So anyway, I did forget to bring an extra charge for my battery. So I want to quickly get going. And oh, look at that guy, he's carrying his bicycle. Get going and get back to my car before the battery runs out. I will continue to pick up garbage. Ironically, one of the pieces of garbage I picked up, oops, that's my tissue, was an empty garbage bag. So someone had great intentions but failed. So I shall redeem you, and I will, because my garbage bag is almost full already. So anywho, let's get going. So those two young boys are just like walking along the railroad tracks up there. Anyway, at one point I called out to them. I'm like, hey, do you take requests? He's like, what do you want to hear? I'm like, Mary Had a Little Lamb. So he played Mary Had a Little Lamb. He's like, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm like, I totally did. Hilarious. They must be like high or something, or not. But they're harmless and happy. So that was amazing. Anyway, we're here. We're back at the beginning. I've collected a massive bag of garbage. Unbelievable. But you know what was really nice is that a lot of people who passed me thanked me. They're like, thank you for picking up garbage. Like, are you picking up garbage? Thank you, blah, blah, blah. So that was really sweet of them. Yeah. All right, time to unmud my boots. I will show you those in just a sec. Good morning. I just wanted to mention a couple of things before I end this video. This is the stone I was talking about that I got at the end of the Camino de Finisterre. And while I talk about the Camino de Finisterre, I would like to say a special hello to my friend Mano Porto in A Coruña, Spain. He is a dear friend who I did meet during the Camino de Finisterre at the rave in the woods, where I stayed and danced for 2 days. I'd also like to say a special hello to my new subscriber in Poland, Jim Timber. I don't know how you stumbled across my channel, but I'm super glad you did. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. And that is it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Keep my retirement dream alive of doing this kind of stuff full-time when I retire in 13 years and 5 months. I do respond to all comments. So yeah, that is it. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. Like the sun is just like huge and amazing. So I'm gonna get out there and do some sort of walk or hike. I hope you do too. I'll see you next week.